Hello YouTube, this is Lanisha Smith. I was going to do a video about the new Pokemon video trailer that's just dropped, but I have to get this off my chest right now. I really do. I can't be happy and just ignore the crap that is just going on. I don't usually make serious videos on my channel. My channels are usually about pop media and things that I'm passionate about. But right now, I can't ignore this. As a black woman, I cannot. Listen. Before I begin about what I'm upset about, I agree that all lives do matter, but at the moment, black people feel like their lives don't matter. And that's the point of Black Lives Matter, to show you that why we feel like our voices don't matter, why we feel like our lives don't matter. That's the point of Black Lives Matter. It's not to make white people feel guilty. It's not to make anybody feel like they're lesser than anybody else. It's not to make anyone feel like their lives matter more than anybody else. It's just to show that we don't feel like our lives matter. And we feel like crimes that happen to us go unpunished. Yes, there are a lot of violence in the black community, and we have to fix those issues in the black community. But at the same time, we're sick of police brutality. I'm worried about my own little brother walking down the street because I'm afraid if a cop stops him, he makes a move by mistake, and the cop shoots him and call it a justified shooting. I am scared for myself if I walk down the street and a cop stops me and he finds some reason to justifiably shoot me. Nobody wants that to happen to their brother, their kids, or themselves. And I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of the fear. I don't want to be afraid of cops. I truly, honestly want to trust a police officer and feel like my life is safe in his hands. But I just don't. I'm sorry, I don't. Now, to get on what I'm upset about, it's the shooting of Sterling, of this black man who was in front of the convenience store. Now, apparently he was resisting arrest. The cops had him pinned to the ground, and then they shot him. I'm sorry, but that's what happened. That's what I think. That's not what I think. That's what I saw happen in the video. They pinned him to the ground, his hands behind his back, and then the officer said he has a weapon and shot him. He might have had a weapon, but you had his hands pinned behind his back. He was secure. You could have taken the weapon away and hauled him off to jail or something like that, and then he was just killed. And that's what I'm upset about. I realize this man has a criminal record, but that doesn't mean you have the right to kill him on sight or stuff like that. Yes, the man has a criminal record, but that has nothing to do with the shooting. That had nothing to do with this man's death. He didn't need to die. He might have had a weapon. You had his hands secure behind his back. You did not have to kill him. You could have taken the gun away or the knife or whatever he had away because you already had him secure, and you could have put him in the police car and off to jail. I'm tired of everyone, and I'm tired of this theme where everybody is constantly saying this guy had a criminal record, he deserved to die. This guy did something in his past, and therefore he wasn't really a nice guy, so that means he deserved to die. No. If he was secure, regardless of what he did in his past, you did not need it to kill him. You could have, again, got rid of the weapon once he was secure and put him in the police car and take him off to jail or whatever. And the thing is that I'm sick. I don't care what anybody say. This was an execution. This was a murder. And I want to see some justice. I'm sick of it. I really am. There has to be change in our justice community where it's not okay to shoot black people. Now, on another flip side, I understand there have been unjustified shootings between cops and white people too, and we need to stop that too. We just need to stop it. I'm sick of hearing the new shooting, and then after the person is dead, he's immediately the victim, who is dead, by the way, the family who is grieving, by the way, are people attacking the victim and saying he was this, he was that in his past, he had a bad criminal record, he was violent, he stole something. Like, really, does that have anything to do with the fucking shooting? Does it? nothing, dude. You just want to make him look bad so you can feel good about the fact that he's dead and that the shooting was justified. It wasn't justified. It was a murder, an execution. And I don't care what anybody said, but this was straight murder. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry, but I'm sick of it. I'm sick of being afraid of police officers. I want to trust police officers, but it's just fear. I just don't trust them enough where I feel like I want to be safe in their arms. I don't. This isn't right for us, and I want to trust them, but I just can't anymore. It is what it is. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry I might seem closed-minded or overly angry, but it is what it is. I have to, unfortunately, I'm sorry that white people don't understand this or whatever, but the thing is that white people can feel safe in the police officers. As black people, we just can't, and that's just the fact. That's not a fantasy. That's not something that goes on in our head. It's just a straight fact. We have to think twice and be 10 times careful before making a move. Because one little move can mean we can be dead. And that's just a fact. I understand all lives do matter. They do, in fact, matter. But Black Lives Matter, again, it's not about making black people feel bad. It's not about making white people feel bad. It's not about making anybody feel bad. It's a movement to say that our lives matter because we don't feel like our lives matter. We don't feel like we're getting the justice we deserve when things like this happens to us. We don't feel like we're getting the respect or justice or being handled carefully when things like this happens. We just don't feel like it. We don't feel like it, and we see it, and when we see things like this happen and the cop or officer gets off scot-free, like they leave work, everybody, but they're still paid while they're out for work. That's not a punishment. That's a freaking vacation. If he's being on leave, he shouldn't get paid. He's on leave because he shot somebody. And that's not a punishment. If he gets paid on his leave, he should not get paid at all on leave. Again, all lives matter. Yes, that is true. But at the same time, Black Lives Matter is not saying that white people's lives don't matter. They're saying that we feel like our lives don't matter because we feel like we're being ignored. We feel like the crimes and the atrocities that happens to us is being ignored. And we want some justice about that. We just want liability. That's all we want. We're not saying your lives don't matter. We're not trying to make you feel bad, white people. We just want liability, and that's it. We just want liability for murders and killings like this. I'm sick of justified shootings. People saying the shooting was justified. I want to know, if it was your kid that was white who got shot by a black officer, would you still consider it a justified shooting? Would you? Of course not, because your kid is dead. All lives do matter. I really do believe it. But Black Lives Matter, again, is not about making white people feel bad. It's not saying your lives do not matter. But right now, we feel like we're being oppressed. We feel like our people are dying in the streets and nobody cares. That's what we feel like it is. We feel like we're not going to get the right, proper justice. And 9 times out of 10, we don't. And that's what it feels like. We don't see justice for our people. And that is the point of Black Lives Matter. Now, we're not trying to say that you're bad people. And we're not trying to make you feel guilty about slavery or anything like that. Black Lives Matter is about a movement about how we feel about being oppressed. How we feel about our people getting murdered in the street by officers. And we don't see no type of repercussions. That's how we feel like. And that is the point of Black Lives Matter. It's not to make you all feel bad. It's not to make you feel like that your lives don't matter. That's not the point of Black Lives Matter. Okay? And I'm sick of politicians using the phrase all lives matter to take away the issues of what's really going on. That's what it is. Okay? I'm sorry, everybody. I just need to get that off my chest. Next will be a Pokemon Sun and Moon reaction to their new video. And I'll see you guys later. But for right now, we just need to find a better way in our justice system to deal with police brutality. We really do, and we need to talk about these issues that bothers us. We really need to talk about it. A lot of black people have already given up, but we don't need to give up. We need to keep going and being strong. Bye, everybody.